Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at Oranguru in the Retro Cup here. And we have here first off a Trevenant, and this is of course not a good matchup for our lead and also for our Hypno in the back, so this is basically the worst thing. What I actually would recommend you to run with this team is not the Machamp in the back. Here we actually got like some lag, which we didn't have yesterday. Like I said yesterday, PvP fix question. I guess this time around it was a little bit worse than it was yesterday, but what I definitely can still say with the new version, frame drops are not existing, which is really good. I still had like sometimes the thing where I just desynced a little bit for like half a second or something, which is of course also not the best thing, but it's way more smooth. And also I played those games while still having Go Plus on in the background with like stops around me while I was grinding outside. I played, so like always this kind of makes it a little bit worse as well, but for this it was definitely playable and definitely better than what I had over the last couple of weeks. So I can definitely say that Go Battle League, or like in general PvP, seems to be way better with the new update. Is it perfect? Definitely not, but it's still, for me at least, way better than before, which is good. And yeah, we can take a look at Oranguru, and this thing is, I went 12-3 with this, and I think all of the losses that I had were like avoidable. So yeah, like I didn't play of course perfectly fine because also I was outside and like I was walking most of the time while I was battling, which is for some people even a challenge. For me it's like the normal thing sometimes, but I also didn't play everything perfectly. For example, here with the Machamp against the Frosters, the cool thing here is that you always win with the Machamp and 2 shields. No matter what the opponent does, there's no way they can win, I think, if you play it correctly. And if you just go straight for the cross chop, my opponent shields here, which is amazing. If they don't shield the first move, you're gonna go 2 shields down and win the lead. But yeah, I mean, this is not ideal, but then it's also okay. But like this, there's nothing they can do. Here they let it even go, and like, yeah, we win the lead there. We would have won this lead anyway, no matter what they did there. They go into their Warrain. We can go for another cross chop there, and Machamp is like such a good Pokemon there. But yeah, again, if you want to play this team, like if you really want to have the best possible team, I would recommend you to have something like a normal type in the lead. For example, the Lickitung if you have it, otherwise Greedent or the Chaos Storm, which I already showcased yesterday, would be also cool. I just only used the Machamp because I wanted to use the Machamp, which is still a fine pick. Like you can also still use a fighter in the lead as I did. It's also totally fine, but sometimes like ghost types of course would be a problem like this, just said, but like this is still fine. For example, also here against the Oxus, like if you have a Lickitung, you had a way better matchup. I'm just gonna go for the Rock Slide, get the shield. But we have coverage on both of our Pokemon in the back for the Psychic types as well, which is amazing here. Like, thanks to this meta, this is why like Oranguru is so good. Like Dark types and the Steel types are banned, which are the both types other than also Psychic as well, that resist Psychic type quick moves. So if you have only Psychic type that also resists Psychic type quick moves, having coverage against those with Foul Play and Shadow Ball is kinda amazing, because there's nothing really that can do anything against you. Like, it is super free to use your Oranguru or your Hypno as a safe swap here, which is like amazing, because I mean, like, it's just so free. There's nothing they can put in there. Like, they can of course put something like even against the Oranguru, they have actually nothing that they could put in there. Like, I wanted to say something like Lick User, like the Lickitung, but Oranguru has the part typing of normal, which allows them to take some moves a little bit better. I think I lose this game. Yeah, I lose this game. I think I played this horrible, but yeah. But yeah, thanks to the normal typing, it is way better. This thing is a problem. Again, the Galvantula wouldn't be a problem if you have the Lickitung in the lead, but also you can still deal with it with the Machamp. I think I played this horrible as well. I think this was like, oh no, okay, I had a different matchup. I don't know if it's even in there, where I desynced against Galvantula twice, which wasn't cool. They get another move in here, which isn't cool. But what my opponent does here, which I didn't understand, is they threw the move, which I am totally fine with, as they should be out of, no, they're not out of energy. They need 2 more. Yeah, they get to another move here. Yeah, 1 HP in a dream for them. It is fine though, as again, there is nothing that can take anything from Psychic types, so we're just gonna be able to go for the Thunder Punch here against this Talonflame, and they have to throw the Brave Bird here, which they also do, which allows me to farm them down, especially as they swapped into that. And now we have Oranguru against the entire team left, but they have the Warrain, and here again is another game which I threw, But I played actually correct. I went for another extra move because I expected him to swap out there, and they, I guess, didn't know the counts, and they, thanks to that, they swapped perfectly. I definitely would have KO'd the Walrein otherwise, I think. But yeah, of course, cool that they caught there while I tried to let them not catch the move. But I couldn't also wait longer because they would have been in a move with the Walrein, so like I was kind of in a tough spot. I shouldn't have thrown the second move and waited for them to go for another quick move there. This would have been the play, but yeah, while walking, it's sometimes not the easiest to play the game, to be honest. So yeah, that happens. For example, like you see, the games that I lost were actually all winnable. And I could have actually went 15-0 with this, which is kind of sad. But also, tomorrow, there's gonna be another cool video with a team. I went, I think, 16-1. And the one game I lost, I also lost because I played stupidly. So it could have been like a 17-0 win streak as well with this team as well. And the other team before, like I would have been like such a crazy win streak. It's like amazing how good those teams are. And I really enjoyed this cup so far. Like there are a lot of Pokemon that I still want to play that are more like on the spicier side, but we have to see when we can do this. We see the Heliolisk from my opponent. That's kind of spice right now. On future side, gonna hit him very hard. I said before that you kind of want to run Psychic on this thing, but future side is actually also a cool move. Future side does way more damage than like Psychic. Psychic is actually a pretty bad move. I guess okay, it's definitely not a good move though. And future side has a little bit more of a closing potential, and I definitely liked it more than like if I had Psychic there, especially because you go mainly for the foul play to bait anyway, so you don't really need like the little bit lower energy move of Psychic there. So I think future side is a little bit better. Look at this, it's so close, but we're actually gonna be able to win back switch advantage here, which is amazing. We see the Talonflame, and I don't know if this is how it's supposed to be now or if that was like desync. I think there's supposed to be like a change towards that, I think, but I'm not sure, like with the new PvP updates. I don't know if that actually was supposed to happen like this, or if not, I actually don't know. But maybe I was lucky there, maybe not, who knows. But we're gonna be able to farm down this Altaria right now, and actually we're still gonna be able to get to a foul play here, which allows us to most likely get some damage on him. Yeah, they let it go, and we can just farm all the way down with our Machamp, and this is gonna be a good game. We still have 2 shields, and you know, counter damage from Shadow Machamp is amazing. And we're gonna be able to destroy this Talonflame real quick, and this is gonna be a good game. Next up, we have Machamp against Stunfisk. We actually had, I think, 9-game win streak with this team as well, which is kind of cool. So I think that's gonna start right now as well, because like the first 2 losses I had also in the first set, so I think it's pretty accurate from the sets that I play. Usually like the gameplay gets randomized when I put it into my editing software, but I guess right now it's kinda in order, which is good. So we can go for a Thunder Punch here against this Talonflame, win this matchup. We see the Stunfisk coming in back here, and are we surviving this move still? Goes for Discharge, no we don't. And here we have some nice lag. This was the only real thing where I really lost because of lag. Like we didn't look, I don't know if I lost the game yet, but yeah, okay, my opponent still has the Marowak, cool. I couldn't throw my move either because I got the refund there. Everything works perfectly fine. I was kind of frustrated there, but we can farm down this thingy now, the Marowak, and he goes for a Fire Blast, which is a cool moveset, but it was expected because of the Hex quick move. I knew that has to be the Fire Blast. And now it's about Oranguru against this thing. Are we bulky enough to take 2 moves? It kind of looks like it. And you see my IV spread on the side. Oranguru was pretty rare to find, to be honest. Like I found like I think 10 in 1 hour grinding with incense, and actually like I walked like a lot, so like there was next to no one nearby me. There was like all the other spawns, and this was a very rare for me at least, but it still worked pretty well out there. Like of course the IV spread is not the best, but I was just rolling with this. You see a Jellicent coming into my Psychic type, and this is the amazing thing. You can just trap all the ghost type Pokemon against you, and they cannot really do anything. Here we have the Jellicent. It doesn't really want to take the foul play. We can resist the quick move and charge move from him. Still, Shadow Ball does a little bit of damage, and yeah, it's still not perfect, but yeah, we can go for the shield. He has think that it was the game which was bugged, but I'm not sure. Yeah, he goes for a Shadow Ball here. I'm gonna go for my quick move. I'm not shielding here, as you can see. And the game gave me my shield, and my shield is also gone on top, if you see there. Like, I was like, am I like stupid and didn't shield, like, and like I shielded and I didn't notice? But no, I didn't shield and the game just gave me the shield. So maybe I should also report this to, like, I don't know, to Niantic help or whatever, because it's not how it's supposed to be. My opponent has payback here, which is funny, but doesn't matter because we can go for the cross chop against the Jellicent, and we're gonna be able to finish off this match there. But holy hell, I didn't want to shield there, but thanks game. Thanks for taking my decision there and just shielding on my behavior. It's just like, I don't know. We see the Frosters again in the lead. We know what we're gonna do here. We're gonna try to go for the cross chop. I'm usually trying to see P-type on the second move here, because then they usually at least shield. Does my opponent shield here? Because they know that they get a shield back? Nope. Of course I have it wrong, the one time where it's important, but thanks game. They swap into their Greedent though, which is interesting, as we're gonna be able to get 2 more moves off there, which helps us a lot. And I think they have something in the back again, which should be weak to Machamp, otherwise they wouldn't swap out like this. And we can catch the move here on our Hypno, which gonna be the Body Slam, which is amazing. We can farm down the Greedent, and we can also farm down the Frosters, which camps in. I don't know why he did this, but I don't really mind it. And we see the Warrain in the back, which means we already won the game. There is nothing they can do. They have to shield some moves here. We still have our Machamp, which is going to be able to pressure him a lot, and we will win this matchup with our Oranguru as well. But we can go for the Thunder Punch already. We swap out into our Machamp, and this thing is dead now. Good game there. We didn't even need the Oranguru in this matchup, which is cool. Shadow Machamp is still a monster though. Like, people underestimate Shadow Machamp the entire time, which is crazy. We have another good lead there. A lot of people don't expect fighting type Pokemon. Maybe my next team gonna be around fighting type Pokemon, which went like 16-1. Who knows? Who knows? So we're gonna go for some nice foul plays here against this Jellicent. We know this matchup, we're gonna be able to win this. Even though my opponent has a bubble here right now, which is of course a little bit worse for us, as well as the Ice Beam, like the only moves that really hit us. So it's kind of more like a neutral matchup here. But Oranguru doesn't really care too much about this, as we're going to be able to get to another foul play. Winning this matchup, winning shield advantage, winning switch advantage. Amazing stuff from Oranguru. We see the Swampert here, and I know that I mess up this game afterwards. I'm gonna show you though how I messed it up, but it doesn't really matter at the end, I think. But here he goes for the Hydro Cannon. I go for the Thunder Punch because I thought like I wouldn't get to the Shadow Ball anyway, and I thought, okay, it's energy dry, I can swap out, and I swap onto the Hydro Cannon, which doesn't make any sense at all. I didn't need my Hypno whatsoever, but my opponent swaps into their Obama's. Now we're gonna win this game easily anyway. We see the Vigoroth against us here, which is very good for us, as we see the Haunter coming in, and he doesn't know. He just goes for the Shadow Punch, and yeah, bye-bye, dude. There's not a lot that you can do there. This is the amazing thing about Oranguru. Having a normal type that can lock down all the ghost types is so much fun. We see the Vigoroth doesn't really want to take the future side, which I'm totally fine with. As he goes for the Bulldoze for whatever reason. This doesn't really make too much sense, and we can farm him down even though he had already 5 counters, which would bring him to 1 Body Slam, but then my opponent didn't want to throw for whatever reason. And we see the Beedrill, and because we have 2 shields, we have to 2-shield flex here, of course. They go for this Hell Stinger, and we can go for the Thunder Punch to 2-shield flex our opponent, winning us the game there. And next up, we're gonna have Machamp against Greedent. Very good lead, but we see the Oranguru coming in. And I guess this is someone who maybe watched my video about Oranguru, as I think I had the Greedent as well, like the other option there, but like, yeah. We have Oranguru against Oranguru right now. And spoiler alert, this is the 3rd game I'm gonna lose, because my opponent just played it better. And yeah, he goes for the foul play here. I still have my foul play stored. He can go into their Greedent, but they also have a better matchup now, because they have the shield advantage right now, which is not really cool for me. We can go for the future side, do a lot of damage, and we can still get to the foul play because my opponent overfarms a lot. And they're gonna swap out now into their Hypno, so we have the same team basically, other than the Greedent in the lead against my Machamp, which is supposed to be good for me. But like this, it is sadly not, as he goes for the Shadow Ball. I have to bait him there. He needs to shield this, and he no-shield this, so my opponent plays this better than me and wins because of this. If he shielded there, I would have won this game. Otherwise, like, yeah, like this, I won't win this. I kind of need my Hypno, and I kind of need a move on my Hypno to KO the Greedent. I have to catch here, but my opponent swaps out in time. Like, very smart played by my opponent, like perfectly played by my opponent. Nothing I can blame there, like he played it perfectly. and we lose because of this. He had like a better matchup later on because he swapped in the Oranguru. That's like ABB teams have most of the time the better time if they use the lead, which is kind of funny, but it's how it is. And here we have the desync against the Eventual. I'm pretty sure we would win CP there usually, but it is fine. But yeah, what I can definitely say about the new update, while we had some lag here as well in general, it felt way smoother than before, which is amazing. Still not perfect, but we still also have 1.5 months of this season, and I'm already happy that it is definitely better than what we have before. I hope it stays like this. We just boom this Marowak, and we're gonna win this last game as well. As we still have our Machamp with some energy, which is gonna be able to KO this Squirtle. But yeah, thanks all for watching. Definitely get an Oranguru for this cup. In this cup, this thing is amazing. Also in Ultra League, it looks pretty promising. So thanks all for watching. See you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day and bye.